What's up, dudes? How's everyone doing? My name is Kevin, and here I have with me is.
Carbs or Spencer.
Edwin.
Okay, we got Spencer and Edwin here, and we're gonna be discussing on today's reveals. First one is the Vegeta leader. This is the front side. If it's your opponent's turn, when one of your battle cards is removed from your battle area by opponent's skill, they had to discard a card. Activate battle when your life is less than or equal to your opponent's. Gain additional 5k power only once per turn, and then awaken is when your life is at 3 or less, or when your opponent's leader is flipped over, you could awaken. You may draw 2 cards and then remove a marker from your opponent's unison. So, what do you guys think about this leader so far?
There's a lot of
It's
good and the
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the fact that you can awaken if your opponent is awakened, but I don't like the fact that it draws and then takes a counter off. Yeah, it might be good, but not everyone's going to be playing Unison turn 2.
yeah. I feel like it's more like for stuff that is just more early, like maybe like Vegex always have a unison. Maybe like a Soul Striker.
Or any leader that requires a Unison to awaken. That's the only time that this leader might be good if that becomes meta.
Like the new Kaba.
Yeah, but I don't like the first auto. I don't like having to rely on my opponent to play to get rid of my cards to be able to get effects, especially as a leader.
Especially by skill.
Yeah, I feel like you're negging at that point. And
It's
another.
not like the Vegeta leader.
Yeah. But I think what a major thing that a major thing in my opinion is that it doesn't draw.
Yeah, none of the green leaders draw now. Why?
Yeah, I like this card doesn't attack a draw.
I mean, you do get the draw when you awaken, and I'm assuming they're expecting you to awaken early if your opponent's awakening.
Yeah,
I think that was the design of the card.
yeah.
But it also doesn't make sense with the activate battle if they're going to make it into a 15k if you're going to awaken when your opponent awakens any which way.
I don't. Maybe it's like during your turn you could awaken and then gain the activate battle, then flip over and you still keep the power.
But you had to be in a losing state to do that in the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a weird, awkward leader. But let's see how the backside is doing though.
Alright, I'll take over this one.
Cool.
Vegeta Destiny Confrontation. Auto, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. Additionally, if your opponent doesn't have a Unison card in play, choose up to one green Great Ape card in your battle area, switch to active mode, and negate its skills for its turn. The other auto, once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, when one of your battle cards is removed from your battle area by the opponent's skill, draw one, and your opponent discards a card.
Again, this doesn't draw.
It draws if your opponent lets you draw.
It's I don't like this leader, honestly.
It's a worse offering.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like it could technically like be like a unison killer because the awaken, remove marker,
Yeah,
attack,
it's a
remove
unison
marker,
killer.
but it doesn't net you anything at all.
I mean, if your opponent doesn't have a Unison, then you start getting stuff. You get your Great Apes essentially have dual attack.
Yeah, but who knows how long that's gonna be? We don't know like how long until your opponent's unison is dead. You're moving 2 markers. The attack might guarantee it, but you won't get it for the attack auto. So even I personally don't like it.
Feels very.
It doesn't give you enough for the conditions it set.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you're losing too much at that point. However, the new card that we're about to go into, I think is pretty good.
This Unison is great. King Vegeta Invasion's command.
Yeah,
It has a counter attack and it has a Spirit Boost of 1 to play it, and it doesn't negate the attack though. But if it's your opponent's turn, you don't have to pay 3 green. It's only 2 green. It reduces the specified cost by 1. And its +1 effect gives it. You get choose one card in your opponent's hand, or one card in their field, ignoring barrier, and place it in the bottom of their deck. It's a really good spot removal card, and it's minus.
Spencer, I think place it in the drop area.
Sorry, drop area. Yes, sorry. I don't know how to read.
Even better.
No,
but continue, Spencer.
And its minus skill is X, and for the amount of energy you pay, not energy, but the counters you remove is the amount you get. So for each marker you remove, using the skill, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So you can mass get rid of cards, or you can get rid of a card in your opponent's hand, or if it has barrier, you can get rid of a card that is ignoring you.
Honestly, this card is just overall pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, it's great against Icarus. Great against going wide decks. Pretty great.
Technically, you could. This card could be played with like turn 1. You could play like the Demeter Unison, and then try to get this card out probably turn 3.
Are you listening, Cell Surge players? There you
go. Basically, man. I think this card's solid and will be in probably green decks, like at least in the side.
I think it's a really good main deck card for Cell Surge. The fact that Cell Surge doesn't have a really good way to remove battle cards on the field, and this gives that, or you can go continue the hand control variant. I think it's very versatile in that.
Yeah.
I feel it replaces the Broly Unison.
I mean, you used to play Cell Surge, Spencer, so you would know a lot about how the deck works.
Yeah, I think it's a really good addition, because I always thought Broly was a little bit lackluster, and I think this is just it's what the deck needs to at least get a little bit further in the late game.
I agree, especially the ignoring barrier part is just super a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, because if you use your Surge skill and make sure that everything they play is in rest mode, they still get to play their cards, but you don't have to worry for that turn. Now you can just wipe it for free, essentially.
Which is great. It's honestly really good.
Because let's say turn 4 or turn 3 or turn 4, you play this card, you do the effect to put everything in rest mode. So now everything they're playing, they won't affect your Unison, and now you can do the Unison negative for at least 3, have at least 1 counter on it, and get rid of 3 cards for free.
Yeah.
Like Soul Surge players, be on it. Look for that card.
Till they ban Soul Surge.
Yep. Alright, so next card is Great Vegeta Embodied Might. It's a blocker. I guess. And then the auto limit 1, pay 1 green energy. When one of your green non-grade 8 Vegeta cards with blockers is removed from your battle area by opponent's skill, you may play this card from your hand. And it's auto once per turn. When this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. Not bad. And then activate main, pay 2. If a player has a field extra card in their battle area, play this card from your hand. Okay.
King Cold.
Yeah. Like this is literally a King Cold card. Huh. But it could also be cited against King Cold, which is not bad either.
Yes, and then King Cold mirrors. I like this card.
Yeah, this card I feel like is overall... I think it's a fair card.
I mean, I like the fact that you can cheat it out 2 different ways. Or actually 3 different ways with the field spell that's coming up soon.
It's I think it's a very decent... Like, it's a good card. It's a good card. Yeah. That's basically all I really have. Like,
March of the Great Apes is...
Oh my god.
March of the Great Apes is making a comeback.
Yeah, just March of the Great Apes and then summon this thing.
But then you would have to play yellow.
Yep.
Green yellow. Soul Surge.
Or just don't play green at all and just play this card.
Or that.
Yeah, like you could just play like yellow, and then just play this card off of March, which is not.
Picture with Planet Vegeta.
Yeah, with old school Planet Vegeta, like, man, that would be nutty. But it's not a bad card. When this card attacks, choose one card in your hand, discard it. So you already have some good. Like, I guess it's supposed to like even the playing field, like in quotation marks, because that's because you don't draw as like with your leader card. You're trying to make them discard, but it's too slow.
And then you swing at the unison.
Yeah, it's just too slow though. Okay.
I just like how Bandai's making the green support generic for any other green deck except for the main set.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Alright, next card is Vegeta Preparing to Invade. It has unique and blocker, and has a permanent. If a green field extra card is in your battle area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. Okay.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean, it's supposed to combo with the field spell. That's the only reason why you would play it if you're going for this entire like route.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like there's just, I don't know, like until like more cards are revealed and like all that stuff and like everything, I'll reserve my judgment on like on the leader. But for now, I just don't think it's like that great.
Why does it have unique?
Are
we scared of blockers?
Because they don't want you to have like 4 in the field for free.
Why? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna do like not Bergamo, freaking the god of
I've got a successor for 8.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're scared of 8 or this is successor because of Cell Xeno, but you can also think about it like the entire deck works off your opponent playing, and if you have too many blockers, then you might want to get rid of your blockers, and then your leader skill will trigger, and then if they attack into it, it triggers other things in the deck. I think it just this card is a good bait card for to get your leader skill off. And I think they want to limit that a little bit.
Fair enough.
Fair point.
And then finally, last card. This is the card I think you want to talk about, Sen.
Yeah. So the field spell Vegeta's Powerball. Don't get it mixed up with Powerball. They're completely two different cards, and this one is a 1-cost that is free. If you have a green Saiyan card, you can play it for free. And then it has an auto once per turn. When one of your non-Great Ape Saiyan cards is KO'd by an attack, so the blocker, you may choose a Great Ape card that includes a color and a character name of the KO'd card, so that level 4 from earlier. And play it a cost of 4 in your deck and play it in rest mode, and then shuffle your deck. So it synergizes with the blocker, so you get the 4-drop really easy. And then at the end of your turn, you choose one of your Great Ape cards and then put it back to active mode, kind of like Planet Vegeta.
It just doesn't. It only chooses one of them, which I feel like, like why are they so afraid of like choosing all of the Great Apes and switching them back to active? It's not like you're gonna have a lot of apes.
Well, if you played during that time, it was very oppressive. Under like when they march to the Great Ape and they have like 3-4 blockers, it was very oppressive to play against. So I think they want to have that playstyle again, but they don't want to have it overbearing at the same time. I think they kind of nerfed it too much before it even came out.
They're all 20k, so that's even more annoying.
I mean, one thing I will say is that this is green. Like green is entirely
It's not yellow.
Yeah, it's not entirely different from how yellow plays, especially now. Green doesn't exactly have that same like factor.
Well, if you read the field spell, it doesn't matter about the color. You just need to have a green leader to play it for free. If one of your yellow cards per se was killed, you can actually summon a yellow card. So if you had a yellow Vegeta and it died, you can summon a yellow Great Ape.
So this does allow for some creative brewing, which is good.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
Kevin,
like if you.
You know what deck this also helps?
Oh, which one?
Blue Bardock.
What?
This can summon your apes.
It says if you're leading. Wait, no. Actually, yeah, technically it can, but you need to play green.
Yeah, you were
You just
complaining
need
about the Bardock leader. Play a different leader then.
Yeah, this is This is You're making me think.
I think the field spell has the potential to do some crazy stuff.
I think so too. Like because I like that it just says for the pay 1 energy, it doesn't matter whose turn it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it. So if they kill it like some way somehow, like during your turn, you can still do it. During their opponent's turn, that's more obvious, but still.
I feel this card would be better if we get like a green yellow Vegeta Surge that's all about the great apes.
Or green yellow like Vegeta cards in general, like multicolored cards.
Yeah. Instead of being red green, it's green yellow.
Hopefully, we get more support in the future.
Well, let's hope the end game of this deck for this set is actually good.
Yeah, because so far, like it seems just kind of in between for me.
I mean, it depends if they get a secret rare and how good that card is too.
Oh yeah, that's true, and I think it probably will because there's 4 SCRs this set.
Yeah, I don't remember a green SCR except for the Karita Kai coming out anytime soon.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the leader is lackluster, but the rest of the cards are okay.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree.
I think it would be a nice little engine to splash in some decks.
All right. Well, anything
Rabbits.
else? Anything else that you guys want to like say about these cards, or are you all good?
I think I'm good, except for there's some set 7 cards that specify Powerball, and they don't target Vegeta's Powerball. So just be on the lookout for that kind of stuff, just so you don't get like accidentally cheat or anything like that. Make sure to read the cards.
All right, cool. Thanks for the tip, Spencer. Well, I guess that concludes everything, guys. Make sure to be on our. Make sure to follow us on our Twitch, our Instagram, and our Facebook. Catch you later, dudes.
Bye.
Later, dudes.